and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friend. Thank you for joining me again. No microphone today because it's not working. There's so much water in the air that as I plugged my microphone in today, it gave me the moisture warning, and I'm scrolling down to still see a water droplet. And seeing water droplets on my phone screen is pretty alarming. But I'm grateful that at least the internal microphones are working, right? Today's whole stream is going to be about gratitude. Specifically, how by being grateful, we invite more of the things that we are grateful for into our lives, right? Like almost saying to the universe, yes, more of this, please, right? And then on the other side, when I trip myself out about things not working, my microphones, right? An investment into these streams, an expensive one at that, not working, and then my cell phone giving me these water warnings the same way this cell phone broke the previous time. Like the port is completely dead, right? The microphones won't even work on that cell phone if I try to use them on that. Grateful. I didn't even melt into gratitude. Of course, this is the way the stream starts. I'm not even remotely surprised. It's kind of funny even. It's like, oh yeah, you think you're gonna have some peace of mind though? You have peace of mind for you? No, no peace of mind though. You have to think about these things. You have to melt these old patterns away. You need to grow. Maybe this. You have to melt these old patterns. Oh, that's pretty. It's pretty instant. Maybe this is like some sort of brain manipulation that's happening for me to buy a new cell phone again as well. I refuse. It's still moisture has been detected in your charger slash USB port. Make sure it's dry before charging your phone. It is dry. It's I haven't brought you close to water, cell phone. The water is just unanimously in the air everywhere. What am I supposed to do about that, dude? What do you want me to, what do you want me to do? What do you I'm kind of losing my mind. Oh, I've been thinking about what your friend shared yesterday about the whole dry air in a can thing. I'm like wondering where I can get myself some dry air. I put my phone in rice yesterday. I did end up doing that, and I even put my phone on my computer. Like it has like a little bit of an upwards draft where the fans basically vent air. I put my phone down there in hopes that it would keep it dry. In fear, right? And I hate to say the word that I was in fear, but in fear that this was exactly what's going to happen at the start of the stream. That water droplet is still there. Dude, dude, please. Thank you for the hugs, Lois. Thank you. You must know especially what it's like to have bad audio or to not have your microphones working. Man, this stream is kicking my ass right now already. It's almost like I have to take these moments to learn. And for some reason, I only really learn when the lessons are so hard. When I don't want to. I don't want to learn the lesson of seeing my shit breaking. I don't want to have that lesson. And then yet, this whole stream is supposed to be about gratitude, right? About being grateful for the amount of water in the air right now. Wanting more of it, in fact, not wanting less. And kind of like being faced with that reality that yes, I would really like for the air to be drier so that my technology can function as they're supposed to. And yet, nobody really wants the air to be drier. At least the plants don't. Right? And there's many more of them than there are of me, ultimately. So I should be happy for them being so quiet right now. Mm. I'm gonna melt into gratitude. I kind of want to smoke weed right now. Like that's where my mind's going. It's like, aha, pain. How about you, remedy? Hmm. You don't have to think about the fact that your microphone isn't working right now because you'll be high. I love you, and I'm grateful for you, water. even if you're inside of my technology right now and you're fucking my shit up by being inside of my technology, I still love you. I do. I do. I love you so much. Steve, merman, dude, merman. You know, it's kind of funny because I've been practicing this understanding that I should be capable of loving kindness, even if things don't work the way I want them to. In fact, that should be my default. Loving kindness, even if things don't work the way I want them to, because more likely than not, they won't work the way I want them to, right? And a part of me doesn't want to accept that. And it really bothers me that these things happen. And it's like this weird trip I take myself through of thinking about manifestation, right? That things don't happen to us, but through us. Again, the whole fractal of gratitude. I get to be grateful that I have this moment with you friends right now, right? I get to be grateful to be able to stream. I get to be grateful that there are microphones on the actual cell phone that is transmitting audio right now. And if I didn't show up in the way I did, if I didn't come and sit down to stream right now, I wouldn't be able to learn that my microphones are no longer working. I guess the real thing I'm worried about is the fact that it might be permanent, right? I'm not so worried about it right now because at least there's minimal wind. You're probably hearing the cows lose their minds right now. I'm sorry about that. But I hope it's okay. I hope you can hear most of what I'm trying to say at least. But I can't sit as far away from the camera. I'm tripping myself out so much right now. I'm grateful for this moment, for being set on the ground, for having enough air to breathe, for having water to drink, for having fat on my body. I'm grateful for the rain falling right now, even if it's absolutely jacking the amount of moisture in the air. Right, that's actually what's happening. Like it's 90+% humidity the last couple of weeks. So there is water molecules in the actual air right now. And those water molecules are encroaching on my technology. You're standing in the rain, puppy. You're standing in the rain, silly dog. There you go. It's nicer outside of the rain. You have a kick here in your ear. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Do you have access to silica gel packets or some kind of desiccant? I have rice. My mom actually said the same thing, Lovazana. She was like, we should collect them. Collect these, we call them moth packets, or motbaliki pakis, which is the, I think that's maybe going to be the best bet. I still have my moisture warning. At least I could charge my phone last night, right? So I'm grateful for that as well. If it was broken completely, I wouldn't be able to charge my phone. Stay Merman saying I'm gonna get back to yoga and meditation thanks to you, Mel. I need it. Please do, Brother Bear. Please do. Just for yourself, dude. Just for your own peace of mind, for your own calm. It really is worth it. Taking some time just to spend some with yourself. Breathing, melting into mindfulness, into the gratitude we get to move. Today's yoga session that I recorded, the microphones worked at least for the yoga video. It's working on my tablet, which I'm recording the yoga videos with and editing them and posting them with. But it's not working with my cell phone, which is also a little bit of a a dissonance to me. My cell phone is older, and my previous cell phone broke in exactly this way. So it's and my previous cell phone also broke in that way around the 2 year mark. And I've been charging it wirelessly. And I'm okay with doing that with this phone as well, lest I can't use my microphones on it anymore. We talked about this yesterday, right? This difficulty I have with built-in obsolescence, things breaking, and how I get to be grateful for the things that are working instead. Like I came into this stream so confident, so proud, so in a state of belief with what today's stream topic is gonna be, and I still do believe it, and I still do stand by what I'm saying. But I am noticing how it's difficult. It is so difficult. It's like the whole being sick or having a stuffed nose thing, where you're only really aware of how grateful you are for your ability to breathe through your nose when you can't. I'm only really grateful for my microphones now that my port is jacked up with moisture and I cannot use my technology. I'm like, ah, yes, remember that time when things just worked flawlessly? Wasn't that great? It was, and I'm grateful for all of those moments that it did. Yeah, I think I'm getting better at it. I don't know if I'm manipulating myself or if I'm convincing myself that love is true. Even in a situation like this, even, on an extreme kind of level, this is the universe doing this to me. It's like, oh yeah, you want to talk about being grateful? How about I take away one of the things you're grateful for? How about that? How about it? Right? Because if we had the microphones working, I would probably be talking about how grateful I am for them. I'm so grateful for my microphones and them working. And then they're like, yeah, oh, peace out though. See you on the other side. I aggressively want to put myself on rice. I never want to. It feels so compelled. Be like, I'm gonna put you in rice, cell phone. You're gonna get so rice. And I'm thinking now as well, should I rice my cell phone before I come and live stream every day? And unfortunately, I use my cell phone for yoga just before I live stream with it. So is there like 5 minutes of downtime that I can put it in rice for or something? You know what? I feel I've processed enough. I think I'm gonna smoke some weed right now. Stop processing this fucking bullshit. Be be grateful for being high instead. No, I'm serious. I am actually serious. I'm so done. Like I've been struggling about this. I even wrote about it in my journal. I was like, Coming in a second. Sorry for taking so much time. Okay, okay, okay. Got my little Giga Jank mini bong. So jank. It's just so bad looking as well. Oh goodness, but it works. And the bong, my nice bong, my fractally bong, is decommissioned at the moment. The bowl is gone. And unfortunately, it's a custom-made cannabis wood bong bowl. So unfortunately, the bong is out of action until I can find a new one. I'm grateful for Mary Jane, for her soft influence in my life, for the way she contributes to my peace of mind. I am grateful for when things do work, for when I don't have to struggle, for when things can be okay. Weirdly enough, right, even though this fractal I'm experiencing is very much true, things do break. Things break less sometimes, right? At least when it comes to like our computer viruses. Think about it. When is the last time you had a computer virus? Right? Like the software updates have gotten so good that by the time you have a virus, or by the time some sort of virus exploit is figured out, it can be like a cloud-wide push to get that information out to you. And people are stealing the information of millions, from companies instead of trying to attack the individual. So maybe if anything, this built-in obsolescence trip that I'm going through as of late is more just a synchronicity. Touching on yesterday's stream, right? It's more a synchronicity than it is necessarily a truth. Look who I'm wearing, Joy Vive, sending you vibes. It's nice to have you here, friend. Melt, I'm grateful that we can hear you just fine and that our friends are here. Thank you. I'm grateful for this as well, actually. I thrive in that humidity. I'm also okay with the humidity. I am. I really am, Natalie. Like the heat is sometimes a little bit much, but I am okay with the humidity. I'm just worried for my technology, right? I see it as an extension of myself as well, unfortunately. And with my seriousness, it seriously bothers me. It's like usually I have an extra medium that is your ears that I get to put on top of my body, and then you get to hear me exactly, or at least to some extreme, the way I sound. I can even move to that tree over there, walk around like a small little person, and you can still hear me with the same amount of clarity, and that's important to me, right? So the fact that I cannot do that after having invested into being able to do that messes with me. It's like it feels like I usually have super speed and now I'm slow, right? From that kind of perspective. My technology will only get better, more water resistant. I'll be able to do live streams underwater eventually, even. Yes. Watch. But the rain breaks are refreshing when it's thick humidity. It really is, Natalie. I'm grateful for it. I'm super grateful for it, right? That's the thing. Like look at the amount of humidity on that mountain. That's actually rain falling. Like it's completely grayed out. I'm so grateful for the rain. I think that is the joke. Where today's message is be grateful for things because that's your way of saying to the universe, I want more of this. Yes, more please. More. Yum, 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 yum. More please. Grateful. And I am grateful for the rain. But the rain is breaking my shiznit. So it's at the same time. Weirdly enough, I had this suspicion that that's why my computer broke as well, right? Because it also was like after like a week or two, like we're having right now, where it was just so humid nonstop when my computer broke. and now my cell phone is getting the same treatment. So it's just I'm fighting levels within inside myself, where it's like grateful for the rain, and also very not grateful for my shit breaking because I don't want more of that, right? I can't be from this perspective, from this message perspective, I cannot be grateful for my things breaking. And then at the same time, yesterday's questions of how does this serve me? How can this situation help me become the person I'm supposed to be? And again, then I trip myself out of this fractal of maybe this is the universe's way of educating me, right? Really consolidating the lesson. Are you gonna try and drink my water, kitty? You silly kitty, you. There she is. Look at that kitty, kitty. Such a tiny kitty. Alright. Sam lam lam lam. Are you out of rolling papers? No. I have like a packet and a half left of the rolling papers you sent me, Joy Vive. And weirdly enough, I was actually talking to my sister today. There were like packets of those pop rocks, normal pop rocks in the closet. And I show her this and I tell her, you see this? She's like, yeah. Joy Vive sent me THC pop rocks. And she was like, cool. Morning again, Joy Vive. It's nice having you. You can rebake silica packs in your oven. They are reusable. I'm just trying to think how I'm going to implement it. All right. Let me see if it's still telling me it's wet. Yeah, it's still telling me it's wet. Like that was the thing that happened last time, right? It went through this process of being very humid, and then my port got fried, and then kept telling me that my port was wet for an extended period of time without it being able to work from that point onward. And I feel like I'm re-experiencing a trauma that I went through with this cell phone. And weirdly enough, I don't know, this is a weird fractal, but the last time that my port broke, I went through this whole manifestation journal process, and I'm going through the exact same thing right now. So maybe I should pay attention to that as well. And sometimes things break in order to be fixed. Right? Sometimes things have to melt in order to be recast into something else. The meditation, when your cat showed up, is so sweet and beautiful. Thank you, Brother Bear. I love you all so much. Sweet. I love you so much as well, dude. Look at it. This is Shelby. The other one was Roxy, the white cat. Shelby and Roxy. They're the new additions to our family. Joy V was asking me, how do I get them to be in the stream with me? And I was like, they really want to. Look at her. I mean, she's out of reaching distance, but she wants to be there. She's like, yes. I'm gonna be in the stream as well. I love hearing the birds and the cows. Grateful for the birds and the cows. I'm seeing these waves. So many waves. Joy V, sweet little lady, complimented that scarf today. It was inspired. And it inspired an idea. There we go. She did. Natalie was sharing that. Apparently blue, white, and off-white, off-blue, off-white are the colors of God. And I was like, how about that? I'm wearing those colors. I don't know if this is exactly off-white. A little bit of a brown or orange technically. This breath is for you. Are you out of rolling papers? No. Jovan, have you not had bud for how have you not had bud for 2 damn months? Hot diggity damn, been puffing opportunistically. You know what? On that note, I'm going to be gratefully smoking for Jovan right now. She might not have any weed on her, but I have some on me. And I get to experience with her, for her, as her, but as me. Gratefully. Oh my. Yep. That will definitely do it. There it comes. Oh, shot to the heart. Woo. Now we're gonna strap up for gratitude. Let's see what this takes us. Heather, it's nice having you. Aren't silica packs those things that come in the items that say do not eat? Those are exactly the things we're talking about. But apparently they help with moisture control. Uh, yeah, I'm thinking. I'm thinking about using a hair dryer potentially as well, but I'm worried about the heat. It initiates a feeling of helplessness. Yes, exactly. And I really, really don't like considering myself helpless. But I am, technically, right? That I am part and parcel to this planet, and then this planet's humidity influences me, either bodily or my technology. If a meteor was hurling down towards the Earth, I'd be pretty helpless to stop it, right? And I would like to believe that even if that was my reality right now, I was like, a notification pops up on my cell phone being like, there is a supermassive meteor hurtling towards the Earth. It came out of nowhere. We didn't see it coming. Brace for impact. It's coming in 2 minutes. I would like to believe that I just sit here looking over the mountains calmly until my death comes. Right? And that's now, again, my mind projecting into the extreme, trying to put what I'm experiencing right now into some sort of spectrum, some sort of frame of reference of like, yeah, sure, shit's broken, but also, at least you're not dying in 2 minutes. How about that? So maybe, even if you're going through these things, you can be lovingly. Oh yeah, talking about lovingly and talking about things to be grateful for. You see that? You see this? Dad found my ring. He was walking across the yard today and he found it. So I wake up this morning and I walk into the house and he's like, I found something, he says to me. And I start guessing. And I actually guess that it's my ring before he gives it to me. And I get to be in a state of gratitude to him. Now I got two rings. And I feel like this is how I'm supposed to wear them. I went through a bunch of different iterations. Unfortunately, it's just a little bit too big to sit comfortably on my ring finger. I don't know how I feel about this either. I don't think I like it because I used to wear this ring primarily on my pointer finger, and this one is a little bit too small for my pointer finger, so I started wearing it on my ring finger. But it is an adjustment. And then as I was like looking at these rings today, wearing both of them, I was imagining this future where eventually all of this is going to be completely integrated, probably into one of my rings, right? That you could, with technology, shrink down all of the stuff you need, the batteries, the processing power, the cameras, the microphones, down to the size of a ring. And I could do these live streams by taking off one of these rings and then putting it on there. And then that is my camera setup, the thing that does my stream, right? And technically, you can have cameras on all four sides of it, so it can be a 360 camera. You can go like, well, you can go like this, and then you can capture all around. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. And then my technology probably got jealous and was like, oh yeah, you're projecting, you want to see cool things in the future? How about the things you have now that you should be grateful for breaks? How about that? And then I get to remember. I get to remember how grateful I am for things working. I'm lurking deep, thinking of new tassels for the Joy Beef scarf. So much love to you. It's hard, Sam. My state is one of the lamos. It's not super easy to get it here, and I'm not a fan of the Delta A to the gas station weed. Yeah, nah. Can you re-bead a scarf? Is that a thing? I think so. This scarf doesn't have any beads. This scarf has tassels, but I have been dancing off of it, right? Like there used to be a tassel attached to that little string, like that one, right? But then I I like start the scarf, and then it gets whiplash to the point where these things literally disintegrate off of the scarf. And then I shared that fact with Natalie, and she was like, "Yes, we'll figure out a way to get new tassels onto the scarf." I don't know if the tassels need to stay. That's the thing that I'm worried about, right? Because I also swing them so fast they start to rip the actual material that they're attached to. You can probably see that a little bit. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for thinking about it, Natalie. That's what I appreciate. Do you remember when you triggered my Google Home all the way from there? You said, "Hey Siri, what are my core strengthening exercises?" And my Google Home started telling me about exercises. Yeah, that's a miracle. Literally, I was thinking about that recently as well, right? Where I was feeling kind of self-conscious by the fact that I sometimes use my, assistant to tell me things when I know you might have one in your home, and I might trigger yours in your home by using mine. And I was asking myself if that was selfish. And I came to this conclusion that if anything, it's magic, right? Where I get to literally initiate an entity, a speaking machine in your environment that teaches you something. Beautiful downpour, right? Grateful. Grateful for the water falling. I don't know how much of me you can hear anymore. Maybe I should bring you a little bit closer. Yeah. Give you a view. You can see the mountains have completely disappeared as well. Huh. Noticing how unlevel it is when it's pointed at it. Maybe I'll do it like this. This is a really uncomfortable viewing position I found out recently, so maybe I'll do it like this for a moment. We can hear you just fine, Mel. Thank you, Joy B. I'm happy to hear that. Okay. That's terrible. Next time you're around that KC area, I'll hook you right though. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. Visible mending is my jam. Gas station weed. Like I'm just tripping out that gas station weed is even a thing, right? That just sounds absurd. We can buy rolling paper from gas stations, and that is even weird sometimes. Where I'm like, they know what we're doing with this, and they have known what we're doing with this for a long time. And we've been buying rolling papers long before weed was legal in South Africa. So I'm not surprised that the gas stations would just sell straight weed as well. Some hair dryers have cool air settings. That's true, but unfortunately, if it's on cool air setting, there's nothing going to be driving the moisture away from the heating element. It's just going to be pulling moist air quickly through it, which might also not be ideal. Does the humidity cause errors in your phones without rain or water getting into it? Humidity alone is enough to damage it. That's what it seems like right now, Heather. It's not close to water. I tend to be pretty careful with my technology, but with the amount of moisture in the air, let me see, it's still not working. Like I'll take a screenshot. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Huh. I freaking cannot take a screenshot right now. It's probably because of the amount of functions running at the same time. Or I am grateful to take this sip of water. This is true. I accept my fate. I accept my fate. That ring got flung off when you were dancing. Yes, exactly. And it's back. I'm so happy about that. The ring has been found. It's been found. Will you lose anything other than the phone if it's broken? Photos, art? No, fortunately. It's just the port. Like this one's port is broken as well. Hey, a friend, thank you for joining me. Like, and now I have to charge it wirelessly, right? So I could technically do the same thing with this, but recently we got an upgrade to the streams by having microphones, and that microphone plugs into the USB-C port that is now currently and still for the last 45 minutes so moisture filled. I have a warning telling me to do something about it. Didn't really know that. It's so true, Natalie. I think there was a mistake in the time and place I was born. It definitely actually an old lady too. My dad got an earring last weekend when he took me grocery shopping. Stopped at an antique shop. He wanted to get me something for my mom and caught me looking at this ring. It's so pretty. I'm guessing you're sharing it with us in the Discord, Shannon? Giovanna, are you secretly an old Canadian lady? It once dropped my phone in the nightclub toilet. I had to sanitize after the initial dry out, but after a week, it dried out enough to use almost 4 years. I'm happy that it still worked afterwards. That makes me happy. Mel needs a ring dish. I've used one by the side of my sink ever since I had to learn how to take it apart. Yeah, I do take my rings off when I wash my hands as well. And more often than I'd like to admit, I have had to go back and fetch my rings. I believe I've lost one of them that way, actually. You could take apart the sinks. she, she's doing really well, Shan. Asking about your mama. She had surgery, didn't she? She's doing really well. We went home and cooked with her this week. Your healing thoughts did wonders. Thank you for remembering. Thank you for letting us know, Jovan. I'm so happy that mom is doing well. Goal of the decade. Meet up with Mel to extend the dance life of the scar. Beautiful now for dance life. We can hear you just fine, Mel. Thank you again, Joy V. We hear you, beautiful rain ambiance, life, nature singing in the background. Can hear you perfectly. We can hear the rain perfectly too. I think with your other mic, we can't hear the rain. Maybe not as well. Probably. Maybe this is exactly, again, this is exactly what we needed. Right? I'm grateful for the rain. You friends are grateful for the rain. We can even be grateful for the fact that my microphones are not working right now. Maybe it needs to be this way. And I'm trying to teach myself how to see it in that way more and more. But it's difficult, right? Because our ego likes things being in the way that we think they should be. My ego likes my things working. Even if them working comes at the detriment, for example, of the rain sounds. Somehow that's okay because at least I'm in control of it. Right? And now that I feel helpless, out of control, it makes it hard for me to at least initially see the benefits, the positivities in happenings. And I feel the stream has at least in part allowed me to notice. You friends have helped just by, communicating the things you like. I forgot about that, Sam. You can also get black market Viagra. You can still get that? What the hell? Oh, that's crazy. I'm so happy to hear that. Joe, I've been meaning to ask. I finally remember. I'm sure your mama really appreciates you coming to cook with her. You're the bestest, so absolutely. You're doing work. I had another mushroom trip last night. It was lovely. I think I'm getting better at it. Surfing the waves. I saw a Thor's hammer melting. I don't know if that was relevant to your experience, but I'm sending powerful vibes, thunder. You talking those beef jerky mushrooms and clear chips, remember? Of course, I was hoying them like chips first time. It's such a bad idea. I like how you're using hoying. Hoying is actually with a G. The way we spell it is Gooi. Hoy. But I understand what you meant with the hoying, and I kind of like it because it's a little bit more English. It's very cool. Uh, okay, so the whole potato and not the chips. You could take shelter beneath They're just like huge. Yeah, they're insane actually. My son's iPad port is on his last legs. Unfortunately, it's an older iPad, and I don't have wireless charging capabilities. I hope you can fix it. I do believe, Apple has some policies. They did open up the right to repair recently, so maybe it won't be that expensive just to replace the port itself. Here's hoping. Duck Dad is joining us as well. Nice having you here, dude. I think it might be able to pay. There we go. Someone around town who replace the port. This is no microphones. The sound is marvelous. I feel our technology has gotten to a point where the sound is pretty good, pretty unanimously. But I like sometimes having the freedom to move around, right? To walk away from the camera and still be able to be clearly heard. And I don't know if that is possible with the onboard microphones. Like, maybe, who knows? Maybe we're gonna go back for a few days, at least until the moisture clears up, to the old microphones. I'm hoping that I can actually charge my phone. That's the biggest thing that I'm worried about. Maybe I could still charge it wirelessly. I'll just have to let them switch out. Yes, I'm planning. I'm planning to be grateful to make a workaround, even if the worst comes to the worst. I'm grateful that it rains, full rain barrel, lots of free water to make my seedlings happy. I'd be bottling up 55 gallons. I'll be bottling up 55 gallons today. Dude, thank you for capturing rainwater. I appreciate you doing that, man. On day 772, the chat listened and shared rain gratitude with Mel. Thank you, Natalie, for doing that, friend. You're harvesting rainwater, Doc? Hardcore. I thought it was illegal. What? Sam, water be expensive, yo. Harvesting rainwater is illegal? What do you mean? Yeah, no. You can't keep the water that falls from the sky. Mm-mm-mm. But my plants want to drink it. No, you can't do that. You stop doing it right now. Are you serious? I can't imagine that's true. Why would collecting water be illegal? I'm tripping out as well, actually. I hope not, Sam. I'd be so offended. Also, it's technically not where I am. Oh, that's nice. No, I soil grow, but I go through so much water buying it is expensive. The benefits to rains over the sources as well, higher concentration of dissolved oxygen and minerals. Isn't it nuts that it's illegal to collect rainwater in some places? Just why? Because other people make money in selling water and they get to lobby the government to make some things legal and not. That's the way my brain is processing right now, at least. I am sneaking out. Love you, Natalie. We'll see you again soon, friend. It's illegal to pump your own gas in Oregon. We don't pump our own gas at all in South Africa. We have something called petrol jockey, uh, pump jockey, person that pumps your gas for you. You're not allowed to do the thing yourself. They have like tags that they have to like scan before the machine starts working. You have to go. They bring either usually they bring like a card machine to you to pay for your gas afterward. Oh, I'm grateful for water. Hogan, illegal rainwater collection would lead me to insane gutter system. Yep, straight up going mentalist. Building underground tunnels and things out of line of sight and stuff. I mean, like, oh, yeah. I don't even want to collect rainwater, but just because it's illegal. Shova, not Hogan. Today I learned Colorado and Utah these days that restrict rainwater collection. Is it because there's not enough water to go around? Do they feel like you collecting rainwater is going to somehow hurt the ecological system? I can't imagine why. Is that true? Good Lord. Some of these laws make me crackle and wonder about our lawmakers. Seems like a practical joke. Pump jockey is the name of my next pump. Pump jockey. A wasp just flew past me. Man, these streams really do teach me things. Let's see. Yeah, still moistured. I'm gonna see if the putting it in rice helps it though. I'll let you friends know. I'm being transported back to that old version of myself. I'm in China. I'm like in a small little room. My bed is also my seat to my desk. And then there is like a mini wall where there's a closet, and then there's the door. So the door opens up basically against my bed, and then I can like against the bed, against the wall, and then I can walk past the door, and there's the desk here, and then there's the bed, and then there's like a windowsill. And it was so humid there as well that I had this exact same problem. And I had to charge my cell phone, but I didn't know about the water issue, at least not at first. So I plugged my phone in, went to sleep, and then woke up the next morning to notice that it didn't charge at all. It was like on 14%. And in China, your cell phone is your wallet as well, right? So all of my money was on my cell phone in my Alipay and WeChat accounts, right? Which is like the Chinese forms of social media and payment systems, the online payment systems. So I was in an extreme state of anxiety, seeing my phone is unable to charge right now, and then smelling the port. And I did that. That's the first thing I did when I saw this weird water warning as well. It went through this loop of telling me uh, the USB I had connected, my microphones, has disconnected. And then it pops back up, and then it disconnects. And then it pops back up, and then it disconnects. And the microphone is like completely unplugged and in my hand apart from it. And I see this connected, disconnects, connected, disconnects, and a water warning. And the same thing happened the last time, only with that connection disconnects, connection disconnects. I could smell that there was like an actual arc that happened inside the port. It had this like burnt plastic, magic smoke smell. And I was like, ah, that's not good. And I got on a bus and I got to a little cell phone shop. And with my phone on like 8% battery, I scanned the QR code to pay for this wireless charger. And I got back home and I could charge my cell phone. And it was this deep sense of relief because if it didn't work, I don't know how I would have paid to get my phone to be charged again. Yeah, like I seriously don't. Oh, goodness. Kind of anxiety inducing just thinking about it. What's the little building behind you? Looks like a ramp. That's like a piece of wood and like a pile of rocks with a little barbecue area or a fireplace on top of it. Thank you for asking, 10 Star Destroyer. I have an idea. Tell me what your idea is, friend. So yeah, right? And then that whole fractal, being in that small space with my cell phone breaking and already not being in a good place, manifesting, journaling, and everything that I wrote down in that manifestation journal at that point has become the reality of my current existence. So it's weird, it's trippy to be going through similar things, but having seen so much change, right? I get to be grateful for all of this change that has happened, and weirdly enough, this issue is getting me to face that in a way that I maybe wouldn't have been able to. I wouldn't be able to be grateful in the way I am right now if not faced with this thing that I'm not grateful for. Does it make sense? I hope so. Pump Jock is the name of the next punk band. Dude, I've dug into it a little, and all the internet is saying water law is complicated, yo. It seems that way. Shelly is here too, saying the states that I'm seeing have restrictions are all desert states in the United States and Georgia. Makes a little bit sense, I guess. Dang, South Africa comes up with killer names for things that make us look like lame. I'm a gas pumper versus I'm a pump jockey. Pump jockey. Pompjochie. Maybe I'm like Anglicisme is the Afrikaans word we have for it when you use a Afrikaans word and you turn it directly into English or vice versa. The NPR article recently referenced long-standing water rights, which I think may have been code for old agreements of the native populations that were magically kept. There are definitely really risks associated to rainwater collection. If you collect off the roof and the gutters, old shinglings can have chemicals that leach. Also, mosquito breeding, if not covered. Yeah, absolutely with that one. And imagine if like everybody did that, and then everybody had like a little reservoir where mosquitoes could breed all over the city. Suddenly, there's a massive mosquito problem. People are getting themselves eaten alive. So I guess there are reasons, right? But there should just be. I don't even want to complete the sentence because I don't know if I want it to be true, right? Regulation. How do you regulate all the people in the world? I'm getting rained on. Thank you for the rain, universe. I'm just gonna move a little bit out of the way. Hello, all melt. If you stream indoors, will that help? No. Very much no. Unfortunately, the humidity is pretty much everywhere. Everywhere the air goes, the humidity goes as well. So streaming inside won't help right now. Like the first time my phone broke, it broke inside because of the humidity. Run to ramp and back streaking. No, I'm not gonna do that. No. You shouldn't. Wait a second. Pump jockey works for tips. This is true. I do. I used to be a pump jockey when I was 16. Yeah. When I was 16, for 2 weeks out of my vacation, I would work as a pump jockey. And I would work for tips. I would wash windows. I would put oil in people's cars. And they would sometimes give me $2 for the work I do. I did that as well. Like I feel like, man, I'm getting so rained on right now. Like a little bit too rained on. Like look, that is where the cushion was. Get over here. The rain is really coming down. You want to see what the gutter is looking like? Give you like a reference for the amount of water that's falling. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. A stream of water is falling. Okay. I got a little bit rain. This thing is very not level. That's better. Okay. Let me see what I missed. Some good Googling is something many don't have. It's true, actually. That shouldn't be underestimated. Everyone doesn't know how to use our available tools. And before people will have to learn how to use the internet properly, AI is probably going to do it for them. How about that? That's where we're going right now, at least. Like the AI will use the internet for you, and then you will use the AI, right? The tide is coming in, water falleth more. Y'all are serious? Because Teddy acts like this all the time. Like I don't have the secret ability, he doesn't. Is this a real skill? It's just a willingness to actually go and find the right information, to have the right prompts, right? To ask the right questions is usually the best way to get the best information. And some people ask better questions than others. right? And it is a skill that you can get better at. You're not doomed with one or the other. You get to practice. Get better at being human. Are you getting better at being human, dude? Looks at self. Are you Oh man, so much water. So much water. Millions and millions of liters. So much. It's like resources falling from the sky down to the earth ceaselessly. Ooh. The only law that you can't leave standing water open or untreated. They have to cover it or treat it with chlorine or something. Yeah, I guess I understand that. I don't think it's not knowing how. I think it's the critical thinking skills to think of search terms outside of the obvious. Yeah. Truth be told, Melt has thin, straight hair. Beautiful curls are just the humidity, yes. Actually, I have like super straight stick hairs. It like stretches up in different vectors from my head. And then the air is so moist that it's like flowing through water and it just like curls into itself. That's exactly what's happening. The tide is coming in. If everyone donates $5, we can buy Melt some sandbags. Stop the deluge. Unfortunately, it's already too late for that. Like that. Like all of the damage that was going to be done by the water that's fallen has already been done. Right? Like we've lost, as a community, like 4, maybe 5 dams total. Lost roads due to the water spilling and flowing to the extreme. It's been an experience, and yet I'm so grateful for it. And it doesn't stop our ability to continue living or show up in the way that we always have been. So it's a little bit of a process, a balance that we're finding. Alright? We're gonna have a wet couple of years. Maybe a wet couple of decades. Our technology will have to get good. Like probably, and I'm seeing this already, like there's gonna be some sort of like ceramic heating element in my USB port. Yeah, that checks out. And then it can just heat itself up to radicalize any water molecule that could be sticking to the surface. And then it will cool down, and then you can plug it into your port. The port might need to have some sort of heating element as well, though. We'll see. Maybe there'll be some sort of new standard. Sandbags. This is a water stream. I'm sorry it's messing with your equipment, but it looks beautiful. It does. And I'm grateful for it. Right? I want more of it, even if it messes with my equipment. Because this is something that is very much needed. All of the plants are beautifully green because they're loving it. They're having a time of their lives right now. Did you make little arm floaties for the cell phone? It does look like it's floating, right? I really like the fact that I've been putting it on the tripod instead. Never mind, just saw the rain. Yeah, the rain is why I'm not streaking. That's why. Not the fact that I'd be streaking on the internet. And I'd probably get myself perma-banned. No, that's not gonna do it. It's the rain. I don't like being wet when I'm completely naked. I hate it. It's like, no. Don't you shower? Nah. I have to be naked to shower and wet at the same time. And those two things don't go together. I'm tripping out by the fact that most of our time spent naked is wet. Is that weird? Am I right? Right? Because we bathe and we shower. And I mean, sex is a very small part of our fractal. I feel we shower more regularly than we have sex. Yeah. Maybe some people sleep naked, so they would skew the data. Maybe they're night sweaters, contributing to the data again. Did you make arm floaties? Bless the rains down in Africa. As you were blessing the rain, more of it started flying at me. For a split second there, clearly enough, Joy V. So you were inviting it. Thank you. Otterbox cases are usually waterproof if they're all the way around. But the problem is, then I can't plug my microphones into it because those really good covers also cover the ports, right? Hey, Connor, love you. Been self-isolated lately. Need to stop overthinking. Dude, this whole stream was me in a perpetual loop of overthinking. And me trying to talk myself out of overthinking the situation and just being grateful for it instead. So maybe that message spreads for you as well, Dr. Bear. Love you. Thank you for joining us again, man. I sleep naked. Damn it! You're ruining our data, Joy. Sending you love, your friend. Well, one of those help with the humidity experience tells me no. No, probably not. I can't sleep naked. I'm too high strung for that. What if I'm burglarized? If you're burglarized, it'll probably serve in your advantage, right? I feel running at a person naked would just like break their brains. They would want to GTFO, right? A person clothed running at me, I feel I'd probably smack down. I'd be like, oh yeah, let's fight. But if he runs at me naked, now suddenly I'm like scared for my life. Like, why are you naked? Why are you running at me naked? Why didn't you get dressed first? Are you this determined to kill me that you literally won't even take the time to get dressed before you kill me? I need to get the hell out. This person is so prepared. They're coming unprepared. Right? Like my mind going through that fractal, seeing a naked person running at me. So maybe it's the best thing you could possibly do. You guys shower naked? My mom told me it was normal to wear swim trunks and goggles in the shower. I wouldn't be surprised if that is actually something that happens in the world, dude. And yes, it's to prevent waking up hot and angry in the middle of the night. You hunch your shoulders, bend the legs, and more quickly from the side to side to make aggressive bear noises is what you do. You see, Sam is in the same fractal. You become extremely terrifying. Right? You go completely back to monkey, being naked. You don't have to worry about societal norms because you're not dressed. You can do anything. Tuck that! Dude, we're going into some wacky shit right now. So this is the way. No one wants to fight the naked guy, yes. If you're an RPG player, you get never should have come here and grab the nearest melee weapon to you. Exactly. Just you're silly, make my day. We love you, Heather. Photo please of Duck Dad of goggles in the shower. Goggles. Like, why do you have goggles? I don't want the water to get in my eyes. Have you tried not looking at the beams of water as they're flying at your eyes? Wow. I didn't think about that now. Takes off goggles for the very first time in the shower. I get to face away from the torrent of water hitting me? Oh goodness. I can't imagine that it's good for your skin to shower with trunks on every day either. But you still have to get naked afterwards, right? Because you have to take them off. And then you have to deal with a wet pair of trunks. That just sounds like a nightmare. Am I overthinking it? Yes, no, you are. As always, overthinking nonsense. I feel you, Connor. Let's pull a card. Let's see what sacred geometry has to say today. Rain and gratitude, right? This one. I can't see either. What do you think? I feel I'm being manipulated by the back of it. First color I thought was green, and then purple. But then I noticed that I'm looking at a lot of green, and also purple. So, I mean, there's definitely greens and purples in there. There's some greens, there's some purples. But there's also oranges and blues and yellows and pinks. And pretty much whatever color you guessed, it's right. Could I get a wobbity bobbity card? All the love. Absolutely, Connor. Have you tried not looking? Bruh, is what a conversation of a toddler is like. Someone is not tiny, unknown fractal of your life. This is a very profound, a never nude. You can ask, imagine, like a person who has never in their lives been nude a single time. Let me pull you a card as well, Connor. Maybe, like I want you to send me the text, stop. Right, the suspense is killing me. Again, we pulled the star tetrahedron, the Merkaba today, which is a pretty trippy one. It's like a vehicle to your consciousness. But Connor, tell me stop, dude. Hey, Maolao, I've been thinking about you today, dude. Sending you love. Individual appreciations of the separate mind. I see you, dude. Maolao. Connor, you need to send me a message, dude. Tell me to stop. I'm waiting for Connor. Any second now. There we go. This one. You ready, dude? You ready to see your card, though? I think I've pulled this one for you a few times. Shadow and Grace, dude. Shadow and Grace. Wait a second. I'm trying to think which one of my journals I wrote about grace. Oh! Yesterday's poem. Yesterday's poem? Was it yesterday's poem? It's cheap. Yeah. So I don't know if you. I don't think you have access to my poems, do you, Connor? But this is yesterday's art, and this is the poem I wrote with it, and it goes synchronizing, and then I'll read your meaning of your card as well. Synchronizing, right? Shadow and Grace. Syncing up is simply living the rhythm of the universe. Changes time, your awareness divine. Can you tell which comes first? With all the ebbs and flows, we all grow just to eventually die. Tell me why. Why, if not as a song? Not something you pursue for an end, but something that you love, an orchestra sung by everyone. The energy we all have within comes out. All we need to do is use our voice, even shout, sing the song of grace, of love and grace, As we start to sync up with that pace, it will be clear to see all of us collectively syncing up with the universe, trying to say, I love you, I see you, I am here with you. Love is true. Believe in you. Sure, I believe in you, but believe in you. You believe in you. Believe in you. You. You do believe in you. Please do. I mean seconds. So much love being shared by Maola. There's a bit of lag. I learned that the stream is at least 45 seconds behind. Sometimes less. Sometimes less even. I swear the shadow that's by your side. I swear the shadow that's by your side. I'm tripping out what that means. My brain is an overlord. My brain is on overload. Heading to make some breakfast and enjoy some tea. Have a great day. Much love to you too, dear friend. That was beautiful. I want to believe. Love you, friend. Okay, dude. So, synchronizing, right? We're not just doing this because we're gonna die eventually, but because we want to have a shadow and grace. Your card, and then our card, and then let's see what they mean. I'll read our card first, and then I'll read yours, Connor. Card number 12. The star tetrahedron, the vehicle, or the Merkaba. Adding to the moments, adding a multi to the moments is quite lovely. I love you, dude. Thank you for saying that, friend. The important three-dimensional shape, this important three-dimensional shape in sacred geometry results from the interpenetration of two tetrahedrons. So, Shan, no, yeah, Shan, you were telling me about peace and calming yesterday, and I added an infinity symbol, like the Meltmore straight up, diagonally down, straight up, diagonally down, Meltmore symbol at the back of my neck with your oil, with your peace and calming oil specifically, because you mentioned that it helps balance, male and feminine sides. And then in the card we pulled today is this, the Star Merkaba, right? Like literally the balancing. One upward facing male and the other downward facing female. Together they form a beautiful configuration called the Star Tetrahedron or the Merkaba. The Merkaba is believed to be an instrument of expanded awareness, a time-space vehicle for multidimensional travel, and a path towards ascension. Choosing this card connects you with aspects of your being that stretch beyond everyday life and promise to support your understanding of evolving consciousness and universal wisdom. You may want to employ this image to help balance your male and female aspects. You might decide to construct your own star tetrahedron and embellish it with personal symbols. Or you may wish to learn one of the breathing meditations that are widely available to help you experience the Merkaba as an interdimensional vehicle. Any way you decide to apply this energy, regard it as a powerful model for the manifestation of dynamic balance and the evolution of your vision. This card has no reverse aspect. 62, yours. I feel it can be all of us at the same time, and I feel like I'm really synchronizing with this message as well. Contrast and choice, right? Choosing to be grateful out of all of the things that I could choose to do. Standing solid amid radiant geometry, a golden tree being stretches her and his arms towards the light. Technically it just says her, but I'm trying to be collectively inclusive. Her, him, they, zam, skabam, squiggly wham. I'm being offensive now. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be inclusive, but in being inclusive, I am excluding. Maybe I should say they, because they can be a him and a her, right? And everything in between, I guess, as well. It's raining on me again. Contrast and choice. Standing solid amid radiant geometry, a golden tree being stretches their arms towards the light of spirit, spiraling them from above. They are confident in their life choices and in their ability to both transmit and receive this brilliant energy. In stories told throughout the world, ravens and crows are seen as communicators and magical assistants. They take wing and swirl elegantly through the scene, providing shadowy contrast to the golden light. The feeling of my microphones breaking. Us still trying to share love despite it, right? Contrast, shadowy contrast to the light we're trying to share. This card suggests that there is shadow and contrast in your current circumstances. There is, absolutely. You may be required to make choices and act with genuine awareness in a situation you might rather avoid. I would rather avoid. My microphone's not working. In fact, universe, you're right. Oh shit. Contrast and challenge are useful signs providing you with an indication that change is needed. Look closer at your position and evaluate your options. Know that you always have a choice in the matter. Have confidence that by the grace of your inner light and the integrity of your intentions, you will be guided towards right action. Two singing wolves flank this card, suggesting that you view your current position from a stance of grace and personal confidence. Know that you are protected in your decision to make conscious choices for yourself and for the good of all. Skipow! Hey, yo, skipow! Let me see if I missed anything. Parents are out of town, feels good. Get to be home alone. I hope you enjoy your time there, friend. Manifestation of a beautiful connection to space and time. Awesomeness and good juju right there. Sending that good juju back to you, dude. Realizing that it is a back and forth echoing. Also, other than my roommate, he has bipolar and he's doing better. I'm happy to hear he's out of the hospital. I hope he gets to take a little bit more care of himself, and I hope you get to be mindful, knowing a little bit more about him as well. That's Duck. Awesome. Connor, how are you doing? I know it's been heavy for you. Thank you for asking. Still crazy, talking to someone who was fine one day and then not seeing him again. Exactly. I can just see you rocking on your new balances. Tuners, thank you for letting us know. I've been wondering how he's doing. I'm happy to hear that you're doing better as well and you got help you needed. Sam, damn it. I wear Vans and I always will. Today I won't break the fasting. Breakfast, ice, water, sunshine, and oxygen are my energy restoration elements for right now. Embrace. Khakis and polos, and let's get to it, gang. That's what's ahead of all that stuff. You may run. You cannot escape. Okay, let's do it, gang. Let's go and do things. I hear you, man. I'm rocking the Chuck Taylors. I always wrong. Hands holding on to their life. I've been better, Doug. To be honest, I feel like I've been eating myself to death. Need to take a more conscious look at my actions. Let myself get the best of me. Let myself get the best of me. I understand. I understand, dude. I really do. I've been fighting the same battle, and I'm at the part of the battle where I feel good about myself again, right? Where I've I'm still in a deficit when it comes to the weight that I've been gaining, and I am doing good at following through with my diet right now. But there are moments of weakness, right, of indulgence, that we fall into this pattern of destructive behavior, and being able to notice it in the first place is already a good thing. So I see you, Red the Bear. Keep showing up for it. You're growing. Don't worry too much about it. I'm sorry to hear that, Connor. There are many different types of bipolar. If you do plan on spending time around this person, make sure you educate yourself and keep yourself safe. Thank you, Susanna, for that love. I mean, Miss Vans slip on so much. I never wear a single pair of Vans. Wasn't my thing for some reason. There was a flock of blackbirds when I was walking my dog the other day. They looked cool. Sounds like crows even. Maybe they were teaching you shadowy contrast, as you were saying, right? Sam, never. I can't deny my dadness, but damn, are those types exhausting to be around. You at the concert the other night. Yeah, you don't have to be lame just because you're a dad, right? You can still be your own person, be flamboyant, extra, even if you wanted to. You're a strong and capable creature. You can shake yourself out of that rut, my friend. I believe this too. Zano, Big Z, she's here, yes. Wow, Susanna, my mind is for sure melting. I don't know why the name Zano in chat gave me a masculine vibe. In my head, I was chatting with you, old dude, bro. Well, even if you were chatting old dude, bro, your love was still true, Mo. Thank you for being the way that you are, for showing up, for sharing love with me today, for embracing the lesson of gratitude, even when things don't work out the way we want them to. To be grateful, even for things not working out the way we want them to. To be grateful for things going awry sometimes. I am not worried. It's just my lack of action that worries me. I want to do what's right, but I don't. Did I just not care about myself enough? How do I choose the right path more often? Discipline, Brother Connor. Motivation won't last, dude. And unfortunately, I had to learn this the hard way myself. Discipline is the only way. It's the only way to do things consecutively and consistently because you take out the thinking. You take out the part of you that's emotionally making decisions, right? Am I gonna eat this chocolate bar right now or not? And then discipline is the thing that steps in and goes, hey, dude, haven't you set out to do something? Haven't you made this goal? Yeah? And then stick to it, right? You can eat again tomorrow at this time. And then with that discipline, you cook yourself good meals, right? You can still eat a lot, but just eat whole calories, stuff that isn't fleeting. Make it hard for yourself, right? One, make it hard for yourself to have access to things that do not serve you, and two, make it hard for yourself to eat nonsense because of how full and satiated with good calories that you already are. That's the only advice I can give. But it is a discipline thing, right? It is a discipline thing because the motivation doesn't always last. It can feel good. It does even. Like there's a whole neural pathway to be motivated about something, to feel, yeah, I'm gonna do the things and I'm gonna change my life and it's gonna be so great and I'm gonna start getting up at 4 a.m. and going on runs and I'm gonna eat less calories and I'm gonna sleep earlier and I'm gonna have less screen time. I'm getting rained on. Stop! Stop! More rain. Raining. Right? So by setting out and being disciplined with it instead of just feeling motivated, that's at least the way I find is the only way I get myself to do things consecutively. That's what helped me with my weight loss journey. That's what helps me with these streams. That's what helps me with making my flowers. That's what helps me with showing up for yoga. I don't think of it as whether I want to or not, but I have committed from a place of love to do something. And I believe love is true, so I believe enough love is true to do it, right? To love myself, to respect myself from the perspective of I made this commitment. I'm worried. Do speak is universal. Everyone, indeed, everything can be and is a dude. Yes, Sam, I do agree. And I'm getting so rained on. Please. Please. Look at that. I keep moving away deeper, but it's still coming from me. It's still raining on me right now. Stop! Stop! Maybe stop a little bit. But I'm gonna stop fighting and be grateful for the rain. I'm gonna give you your space, Hamagaya. You do your thing. You rain on all of this stuff. And I'll leave you be. Tiny, you were shouting to me. Love you, Tunzi. That's right. Joshmo. Love you again, but it's there. You have to love yourself. This is true. Affect you, frogs. Love all of you. Thank you, friends, for all the blessings, hugs, and voice. We love you, dude. Really happy to have you friends in my life. And we want to see you showing up, dude. Melty screaming stop in the sky was A1 content. It stopped! It actually stopped. That's the thing that's tripping me out right now. Like, it was like raining on my pants. I don't know if you can see the wet. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, you can see the way it's sticking, right? Like, it was raining on my knee only a second to go. And now that's where the rain is starting now. And so I'm kind of drier. Thank you for stopping. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I get to be calm again. Right now suddenly I'm not as rushed to leave. Waterbender, yes! It was me who waterbended myself wet as well. Make my own problems and then solve them. Yeah, the more good news. Walmart confirms more store closures because of self-checkout thefts. Stuck for today's flower of those colors, me too. I think it's gonna look beautiful. Thank you, Shan, for inspiring me already as well. As they say, whenever they play baseball, Mother Nature bat last. And she always wins. She always hits home runs as well. Thank you, dear friend. I love you. so much. So much. Thank you for joining me again. Sharing these moments. Showing up for love. And for being grateful. Grateful. Be grateful. Whatever the circumstance, be grateful. Can you breathe? Be grateful. Are you standing? Be grateful. Do you have gravity holding you down? Be grateful. Do you have a moment of calm? Be grateful. Thank you, friends, for being grateful with me. Love you. Even if you're lurky. I'll see you again soon, dear friends. So much love to you too. Have the most beautiful day as well, Shan. We'll see you again soon. Love you. Have a good time, dear friends. See you soon. Tomorrow.